chosen people? DJ, who was God's chosen people according to the Bible? We descendants of Israelites. You know what the Israelite is? Hold on, don't go nowhere, John. You know what the Israelite is? What is it?
It's your ancestors, brother. That's what Israelites are.
It's the ancestors? It's who we were before slavery.
That's right.
Who we were before slavery, like for instance, John, how far can you go back on your family line, on your father's side?
Well,
on your father's side, just your dad's.
I can't, I'm ex. Okay? I don't know nothing about my past.
So you don't know nothing past what?
Past my great-great-grandmother.
What about your fathers? I'm talking about the fathers.
The father, well, say my grandfather and my great-grandfather.
That's it. What about you, DJ? Yeah, DJ. How far can you go back? Your dad, and then your granddad. Did you know that that's a curse? Did you know that that's not normal? To only be able to go back 2-3 generations at best? The so-called white man can go all the way back to them caves. He can go all the way back to the caves. The so-called Chinese man could go back to the Ming Dynasty. The so-called Arab man can go all the way back to Muhammad.
White man don't have a native.
You understand what I'm saying?
So let's get that right.
So what you say?
White people don't have a native land. Where they from?
They from the Caucasus Mountains, Mount Sierra.
Okay. Well,
that's where they from.
They pretty much don't have a native.
That's their land. They got a land. That's it. They took it, you know, that's how they roll.
You ask me, I believe they're descendants of the demon.
No, they believe it or not, those so-called white men come from so-called black people. Like, do you know who Isaac is? Isaac had 2 sons. They was twins. And their name was Jacob and Esau. That was their name. One twin looked like the rest of everybody. The other twin looked like something totally different. We're going to read about it. I want you to understand what Jacob and Esau is so you can understand exactly where the white man did come from. Because it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Read what you got.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So she was pregnant with twins. And God told Jacob that she would be pregnant with twins. And she said, God, if this pregnancy be from you, why is it troublesome? Because she was having pregnancy issues. So she's saying, why is it troublesome? She got twins in her womb. Read.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
What the Lord say?
2 nations are in thy womb.
Is that possible, DJ? For 2 nations to be in your womb? No? John?
What are you saying?
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what the Most High God is saying is that the beginning or the forefathers of 2 different nations in her womb, meaning the progenitor of 2 nations, one being a progenitor of one nation and the other being a progenitor of another nation, right? So 2 nations is in her womb. The start of 2 nations is in her womb. Let's read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 different types of people will be born out of her womb. 2 different types. They would not be the same in no form or fashion. They wouldn't be the same look. They wouldn't have the same mindset. They wouldn't have the same thinking. None of that would be the same. So 2 different people are in her womb, but they're twins. So what kind of twins was it? Fraternal twins. That's exactly what they were. But let's read on.
And the one person shall be stronger than the other person. And the elder shall serve the younger.
So that was a prophecy. One nation was going to be stronger than the other. And then the other nation was going to end up serving that nation. That was a prophecy about those 2 babies and their lineage. You understand? You follow me? You following? All right, come on.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red.
So the first baby came out red. Red. What is that talking about? White? Why is white people actually white? What color are they? What's their color? What's their hue?
Oh yeah.
They more so
good question.
Look at it. Look at it. They're more so what? Look at them. Is that white? They got on white shirts. What are they? What's their color? If they're white, if that shirt is white, what is their color in comparison to the shirt? Like a pink, pinkish, peach pink, right? Pink. But what happens, right, when you make a so-called white man frustrated or they get scared? They turn what? They turn red. Why? Why, John? Why they turn red?
Because of melanin from the skin.
The melanin from the skin. What about it? Come on. There's
Oh,
more.
I know my shit. Let's go ahead. I'm listening.
This is what DJ's say.
Okay.
So why does their skin? Why is they red? Because the blood shows forth through their skin due to a lack of melanin, right? So their blood shows forth through their skin. So that's why when they get emotional, they start to turn red. They even got a name down south, what they call them about their necks. Red necks. And they just their neck that's red. It's everything that turns red. And they're the only people that happens to. So when the Bible said the first came out red, who you think it's talking about?
Caucasian.
The what?
Caucasian.
The Caucasian man. That's exactly what it's talking about. But let's read on.
And the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment.
Not only was this baby red, it was hairy. Now I'm gonna ask a question. DJ, I'm gonna ask you this question. Are black people hairy? No. Let's be frank. We are not typically a hairy. Look at his legs. You don't shave your legs, do you, bro?
No,
We're not hairy.
20%.
We're not hairy. But if you see a so-called white man's legs, you can't even see their leg. It's that much hair. That's them. Read that part again.
And the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment.
So this first baby came out red and hairy. Come on.
And they called his name Esau.
That baby's name was called Esau. Meaning what? Wasted away is he. Meaning because he don't have any melanin. His melanin is wasted away. Read.
And after that came his brother out.
Okay, now we're about to find out about his brother.
And his head took hold on Esau's heel.
Come on.
And his name was called Jacob.
His name was called what?
Jacob.
So wait a minute. What's the difference between the babies? One baby. How do we know he was black?
Well, if it's, I don't know that. I imagine it comes from a black woman who got the DNA, so.
Right. Because guess what? The difference between the babies is one baby was described. Why did they have to describe that baby? Because it's different than any other baby that was ever born prior to. So they had to describe this baby because it looked different. But the normal babies come out like how we come out. Very normal. Black, not hairy, not red, right? So the Jacob was a normal baby and Esau was the different baby. This was Esau right here, pink, red. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, Esau does have a beginning. And yes, Esau was born from a black man and black woman. But they were born a certain way. They were born a certain way. Come on, read on.
when she buried them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
So now Esau, that same red baby, was a cunning hunter. You a hunter? You know any black people that's hunters? Like real hunters, typical. Like, is it typical for a black man to be a hunter in the field? No, it's not.
Well, you want to survive?
That's not typical.
It's not, I mean,
I don't know not one hunter, and I've been, I got a big family.
I'm on. I got land up north.
You a hunter, but you're speaking in exceptions. You're not speaking to the rules. We're talking about the rule. The rule is black folk, all we want to do is drink, have a good time, eat our food, chill with our families. We don't bungee jump, we don't skydive. We simple people. That's how we roll. We get our kicks out of just being with our people, being with our family, enjoying life. But so Esau though, the so-called white man, now the rule with them is that they hunt. They got traditions where they go hunting every hunting season. They take their little kid and they make the kid eat the heart straight out the deer's body. That's how they get down. But the Lord is telling you about Esau and where he came from and who his descendants are. He giving you the context clues, DJ. You paying attention? He giving you the context clues. Are you catching it? What's the context clue that we just read? Huh? He was a hunter. Who are hunters typically? Caucasians. Come on.
Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field.
He was a man of the field. He was a land guy. He likes to go out and hunt and do those types of things. That ain't us. Read.
And Jacob was a plain man.
Very simple. Very simple. That's how we good with just being with our family, tending to the goats and the sheeps, right? That's what we not going out and hunting. That's not our thing. Read.
Dwelling in tents.
Wait.
Jacob was a plain man.
So that's how he was. Jacob was a plain man, but Esau, he was a cunning hunter. The Most High God is giving you the clues of who Esau and who was Jacob. We're Jacob. Jacob's name was later on changed to Israel. So we're Jacob and they are Esau, meaning they are the so-called white man. You want to know something about Esau in the Bible? You familiar with Esau in the Bible at all? Nah. You familiar with Esau at all? You familiar with Esau in the Bible? Let me tell you something about what God said about Esau. That same cunning hunter, that same red hairy baby. Let's see something. Read.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
So God loves Jacob, that plain man that likes to dwell in his crib, tending to the sheeps, right? Tending to the lambs, being a shepherd. God loves that man. But let's see what he said.
But Esau.
But who?
Esau have I hated.
So God hates Esau.
That's right.
So DJ, stuff should be clicking in your brain right now. God created everything.
I know, so why would he hate something?
Let's read.
Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
So is God unrighteous for hating Esau? Read.
God forbid.
That means no. Read.
For he said to Moses,
Come on.
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
God said, I'm going to have mercy on whom I choose to have mercy. Read.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Come on.
So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
So it's not of man to judge God. It's of God to judge man.
Right.
It's not of man to make God out who they want him to be.
Right.
It's God who makes man who he wants them to be. So that's why God could create something and hate it. You ever made something just to destroy it? Yep. Sand castles. You make piles of leaves. You make anything you want to make to explode it because it was purposeful to be made was to be destroyed. So you made it just to blow it up. You made it just to destroy it. If God created everything and everyone, he got vessels that he made for honor. Then he got vessels that he made for destruction.
Yes. To have two different people that made them different. What's his reason?
Give me Isaiah 50, what is that, 55, 58? Give me that. My thoughts. Your question was, why did he make two of them separately? What was his reasoning? Okay, watch this.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 8.
This is the Lord.
For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
So God said, the way I think ain't the way you think. The way that you can even rationale is nowhere near the way I'm rationale. Read on.
For as the heavens are higher than the earth,
as the sky and the clouds is higher than the ground,
so are my ways higher than your ways.
so is God's ways higher than our ways. Read.
And my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but the waters the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed of the sower and bread to the eat.
So understand, God is telling us, don't worry about the decisions I make, because it ain't your place to worry about. I created everything. I do what I'm pleased to do. And us as the creation has no place to try to question God. I'm pretty sure it is. Your father didn't give you every reason he did something, or nor did he have to.
God
Did he?
no mistakes, right?
I agree. Yes, that's complete.
If he made two separate child for separate reasons, he had to figure out the reason why. It's a message in why he did what he did.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, and I'm telling you,
It was no fluke thing. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
and I'm telling you, as a message from God, as a messenger from God, that it doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
The reason does not matter at all.
It matters.
The reason why he did
It's something
things
for us to
does not even matter. What matters is you know who you are and what you got to do for salvation. Do you know those things? Explain it. Let's hear it. DJ, pay attention.
explain it.
You got things to do, DJ? What's better than knowing who you are? Really knowing who you are. What's better than that, DJ? What's better than actually learning what you're supposed to do according to the Bible? DJ? You know what I'm saying? So what's more important than that? You got another 5. You got another 5 minutes for me. We gonna get to the point. Give me a second. So John, just give me a second. So John, you said that you need to know the reasons.
No, I don't need to know the reason. I'm saying there's a reason why God does what he does.
Okay.
It's up to us to distinguish and try to figure out what our place is and get the message of why he did what he did.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a solution according to the Bible, right? Let me do it around me, chapter 12. I'm gonna give you what matter of fact, no, give me Ecclesiastes 12. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna show you something, because the things that you need to worry about is in the Bible. The things that you should concern yourself with is in the Bible, right? It's concerns and things that we need to do as men that's more important than other things. Like knowing the reasons God does what he does isn't important.
Yes, it is.
Doing what he says is of the utmost importance. You understand that? All right, ready? Watch this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So let us hear the conclusion of everything. What is the purpose of life? Come on.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's the main thing that you should be worrying about as a man of God, as an Israelite man, is to fear God and keep his commandments, right? Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
The whole duty, the whole job of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man is to fear God and keep his commandments.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.